There's a conspiracy theory that there is a group actively trying to kill the Pope. Who is actively trying to kill him? Yeah, the Catholic Church. All I'm saying is that the white robes and the red robes, it's basically the same, you know. If you don't know, Pope Francis, recently, he had double pneumonia. And I don't think he accidentally got double pneumonia. I think it was an attempt made on his life. What are the three main reasons why the Vatican would actively kill him? Reason number one, the cardinals actively use his death for their own benefit. Now then, if you don't know who the Cardinals are, I guess they're a football team. I did not know this. I don't watch sports. From my understanding, they hold some level of power, but nowhere near to the extent of the power that the Pope has. They're basically just, they don't do much. I'm gonna be real. They literally just vote for the next Pope and they act as counselors to the Pope, but at the end of the day, they're kind of losers. And all I'm saying is, there's a huge L in the name of cardinal. So now compare that to the Pope, a title that is very well respected. I mean, just look at how clerics are portrayed in the media compared to the Pope. Being a cardinal, this is how they draw you. You know, you have like an ugly little haircut, and then just look at how they draw the Pope. Dare I say it, he's hot. He's, oh. See that snake? That's how I want to be right now. I also need to mention, this isn't a painting of the Pope. It just looks like Pope Francis a lot. This is how they actually draw a Pope. Look at how metal that is, dude. That is one very muscular man. I believe this is Peter. So would it be crazy for me to say the cardinals are trying to kill the Pope? I mean, the church would never do that, right? Pope John Paul I, he died unexpectedly just 1 month into his papacy. And there's a lot of theories that it was the Vatican Church that just flat out killed him. And this, if I remember correctly, it was around the time when at least the CIA would actively go out of their way to kill people, but I don't want to, you know, correlate that. I'm just saying they took a lot of inspiration from the US. What's crazy about this one is that the Vatican Church very quickly just moved on from this. If I remember correctly, when it first happened, there was no real autopsy, and they just told people that he died of a heart attack, and that was it, and told people not to look into it. Now then, John VIII, he was assassinated by his own clerics. Pope Leo V, he was captured by a cardinal priest and then thrown into prison, and then Christopher then elected himself as the Pope. Pope Benedict VI, there's a lot of words to read right now. All I'm saying is, it's really not crazy to believe that your own friends would kill you in order to gain something for themselves. Perfect example being literally Jesus and Judas. Oh, but Miguel, that was years ago. The church isn't corrupt anymore. Bruh. 5 billion. That is how much money the church has spent on settling sex abuse cases. 5 billion within the year 2004 to 2024. That's a lot of butt sex. But also, here's another corrupt thing that the Vatican Church has done. They have actually made a lot of money from the Holocaust. So basically what happened is that the Vatican Bank started working with German insurance companies during the Holocaust, and what would happen is that they would purposely not allow survivors from the Holocaust to take out insurance claims from their family that were dead. And to be fair to the Vatican, it's kind of crazy to believe that 6 million Jews died in that short amount. I'm just kidding. Just to let you know and let the Jews know that I believe the Holocaust happened and that 6 million died. I'm wrestling with that 6 million part, I'm gonna be real. And another really bad thing that has happened is VatiLeaks. VatiLeaks were basically a group of documents that showed how very corrupt the Vatican Church was in regards of money laundering, in regards of blackmail towards people of the church, them being gay. Gotten so bad to the point when the last pope brought in Pope Francis to become the new pope, he gave him an entire box of lube to get ready for all of the parties that he's gonna have. I mean, just look at how happy he is, okay? Which is actually kind of a little bit worrying. I don't understand why he would be that excited for, he actually was given a box of sex abuse papers. Church, and all I'm saying is that there's no party like a Diddy party. You know what? The Pope was probably very likely invited to so many of those parties. Do I have evidence of that? No. Not yet. I'm not saying that any religion is perfect. I'm just saying that unfortunately the Catholic Church has a very bad history of doing really corrupt things. Another reason they might want to kill the Pope is maybe they just flat out hate the Pope. Now then, if you don't know much about Catholics, some are very conservative. Not all of them. There are some liberal Catholics, but the clergymen and the priests and the people that have actually power in the church typically are very conservative. And in fact, if you don't know this, why did I show it? I forget exactly why I put this image, but whatever. Pope Francis is very controversial because he is very, very liberal. Here is how some Catholic people view the Pope. I don't want to judge, but all I'm saying is that this person needs a father figure in their life. And here are some ways that he's liberal that Catholic people are not really okay with. He's okay with gay people, which he has actively stated that the Catholic Church needs to be more sympathetic towards the LGBTQ community. And here's the thing, he is so okay with gay people that in fact, he's gay. There is a picture of him kissing another man. Another very liberal thing that Pope Francis has done is that he hasn't diddled kids. Look at all of these happy faces that haven't been touched thanks to the Pope. But here's something that Pope Francis has done that's objectively way worse than everything else. He has made women dicasteries, basically meaning he's given women power. And I'll be real with you. In the Bible, it says you can't do that. My church is doing that, so I guess we can't do that anymore. Whatever. So if you take all of these liberal things that the Pope has done, is it really surprising for them to just be like, you know what? We don't like you anymore. We're either gonna kill you or we're gonna make you suffer for a long time. And the final reason they want the Pope to die is because of the prophecy. I can't really scream that well. If you don't know about the prophecy, it is called the prophecy of the popes. It was made by Saint Malachy in 12th century. It was uncovered in the 1500s, and it's just this long list of popes. And it basically states that after a certain number of popes, there will be one final pope. And once that final pope dies, Rome is going to be destroyed. And not just Rome, but the whole planet. Which, honestly, the elite actively wanting the world to die, not crazy. I mean, it feels like the current president with the tariffs is actively trying to make our economy worse just so that the rich benefit. I mean, if I remember correctly, Trump has actively said,
I find that I do better in bad markets. I buy things in bad markets. And you can't do that in a great economy. A lot of opportunity I find in the bad times.
By the time the Depression is through.
And all I'm saying is, I wouldn't doubt it one bit if the Vatican was like, hey, if the apocalypse comes and we can make money from it, who cares? Because we can make money from it. The thing is, would it really be a bad thing for the world to end? I don't think so. That's an entirely different video. In fact, I actually encourage the apocalypse coming in because one, either I get raptured or I get to live in Fallout New Vegas, which is kind of awesome, except for the fact that there's gonna be plagues, war, famine, and it all sounds really fun. Before I finish the video, there is a huge problem with this prophecy of the popes, and that problem is that it's been myth busted. It's been proven to be a forgery from the 15th century. After the 1500s, the details of these popes get very vague and just flat out wrong. It's really not hard to debunk this theory because Pope Francis is actually Pope 266. I can probably go on the Wikipedia right now and show you the entire list of all the popes, but technically the 112th pope was Pope Boniface VI, and he was in 896. Moral of this video, I may be stupid. The more you know. I don't doubt it one bit if right now there are being conversations made about putting the Pope down. And all I'm saying is if they need somebody to pull the trigger, I am more than willing to get the job done, okay? Look at this man and tell me he doesn't want to be put down. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have an amazing day, let me know about it. God bless all of you. Goodbye.